Hey everybody, Stephen Boatman here from Proof Zeke. Today what I want to talk about is ab training and core strength. Yeah, shuffle, shuffle. What? I don't know the dance, sorry. Do not know the dance. So what's up, guys? Happy International Women's Day. That's today. Woo! So lots of badass ladies out there doing badass things. We appreciate you guys for setting such a great example. And obviously, thanks Mom for doing such a great example, raising us on your own. What's up? Single moms unite. What's up? Anyways, she doesn't watch this, it doesn't matter. So let's talk about the topic at hand, ab training, right? Because I think a lot of people, they're like, ooh, I really want six-pack abs. I want those sweet abs that just look great on stage and look great on the beach. And I'm just like, fuck yeah, what's up? And I think there's definitely a lot of misconceptions. Yeah, okay, cool, it's on. There's a lot of misconceptions about ab training. What kind of abs, what muscles am I working, what do I need to do to get abs, and I think that we can address some of those today. Yeah, right? Yeah, let's do it. So first and foremost, your ab structure is predetermined. That's the big thing. I don't have the craziest abs ever, right? Especially when I diet, I kind of get like these two guys up here, and I don't know if I have them right now. I don't think I do. They're kind of sort of there, right? I kind of get these guys up here, and then this guy kind of just gets flat. That's my ab structure. That's kind of how it does. So first and foremost, you're not going to change the structure of your abs. You're not going to change how your muscle insertions and origins are, how your tendons and ligaments are. That's predetermined. That's it. Sorry, bro. Sorry, sis. Sorry, dude. Just doesn't happen. So that's first and foremost. That's an important thing to realize. We all have to work with what we are given. That's, simply put, that's the name of the game. We're doing the best with what we're given. Oh, by the way, I hope you guys are happy. Look, I changed my fucking camera stand. Things are straight again, right? It was the camera stand. So, we have to work within what we have, right? But even so, there's a couple things. The other, I think, huge misconception that we see is that we can work out our abs to look great. So I think that we can make a little bit of a difference there, and we'll go over that in just a little bit. But for most of us, having great abs is not about working our abs out more. It's about body fat, okay? Now, everybody's going to lose body fat in different places at different times. So typically what we see, most men have what we call android obesity, which is where we preferentially store body fat in the upper body, mainly the torso. This can be bad for things like heart disease and cardiovascular aspects, right? We find that it's associated with higher risks in those areas. Now, probably due to visceral body fat, possibly taking away some blood flow from organs. That's general health stuff. So yes, it's important if we hold our body fat, and yes, some women hold their body fat in the upper body as well. It's important that if that's where we hold our body fat, for general health reasons, we are very aware of it, and we do our best to stay at a healthy body weight to help manage that, right? That could be a risk factor. Now, this is the majority of most women. Some guys do have this too, but they hold their body fat in the thighs, the hips, the legs. Ladies, I'm sure you understand this struggle quite well. We can get really lean on the upper body, and our lower body still has a decent amount of body fat on it. Now, this is much better in terms of general health stuff. It doesn't have the same risks associated with it. We call this gynoid obesity. But still, that's where we preferentially store the body fat. So, depending how you're genetically predisposed to storing body fat, that can make a difference, right? If we are preferentially storing body fat in the upper body, that means we have to get that much leaner before the abs start to peak, before we start to see them. Because yes, that body fat sits on top of those abs, or the more superficial, or towards the skin part, the rectus abdominis, okay? And that's just the truth of the matter. We just have to get leaner. We have to lose more body fat, okay? So if you're trying to see abs and get visible abs, it's probably 99.999% of the time, more associated with the fact that we need to be leaner. We need to lose more body fat to get those abs, to see that sweet beach physique, brah. Now, do I think that there are some things that we can do to help improve how the abs look? Yes. When we talk about the abdominal muscles, we have a deeper musculature, which is the transverse abdominis, okay? And we have a more superficial musculature, that is your rectus abdominis, okay? Superficial means closer to the skin. Deep means closer to the organs, right? So transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis, skin, judgment. I don't know. So there are different types, okay? So how we work out the abs is going to be determined, like what one is getting worked more. So the transverse abdominis is going to have a lot more to do with supporting your spine. If you're valsalvaing, that's going to get stronger, and that helps with a lot of those lower back issues, right? So if we strengthen the TVA, we help to support the spine. We also even that out, right? So when we're talking about using our abdomen and using our core musculature, we're talking about the transverse abdominis there. So things like planks, heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, things where we use that abdominal musculature to support the low back and to help support the spine, right? Creating that intra-abdominal pressure with Valsalva maneuver. That's a transverse abdominis there, right? So we want to make sure that, yes, that is strong, because we can't have that associated. A strong TVA is going to help support the spine and minimize lower back issues, right? Yes, 100%, through and through. But that's not what everybody sees. So, I mean, at some point, like, some people might not even give a shit. Okay, cool. So the rectus abdominis is going to be what we see, right? Transverse abdominis is more type 1 muscle fibers. So that means it's more aerobic. Does a lot of isometric contracting, and we see that. The type 2, the rectus abdominis, the abs that we sometimes see, right? Those are more type 2 fibers. So we can do things like crunches, leg lifts, those sorts of things to help with that musculature, right? So if it's a type 2 fiber, that means we can train it in typical hypertrophy fashion and expect that we should see some increase in size and density of the musculature. So yes, that way we can kind of increase our abs, right? We can make them look a little bit fuller. And yes, my abs look a little bit fuller, and they just get a little bit better when I train abs. Do I normally train abs? Anyways, sometimes. But, so yes, I think we can do some things on the rectus abdominis that will help us to have them look a little bit fuller, just a little bit crisper. End of the day though, for us to see that, we have to be lean enough. Now, we also have the oblique muscles on the sides. That's these guys over here, okay? Now, that is a completely different monster in terms of, do we train it, do we not? Now, strong core, are we doing lots of turning and twisting movements? Because again, we have an internal and external obliques, right? We have one that's deeper, one that's more superficial. So do we train those? My advice for physique competitors, don't train in twisting movements. If we're taking a chance that we could cause hypertrophy, we're increasing the size of our waist, okay? And for physique competitors, you know it's all about this. Yeah. Okay? So small waist is important, right? People that have those genetically small, teensy-weensy waists, they just look awesome. They look amazing. If you're like me, I don't have the smallest waist in the world. So anything that I do that's going to make it look bigger will in fact negatively impact me on stage, right? Because it takes away from that X factor, that taper. For women, for bikini, right? We want kind of that S curve, right? We want to have the smallest waist possible. We want to show the judges the smallest waist possible. So my typical advice, no twisting motions in terms of how we train abs. So I do think that it can be beneficial to train your abdominals, yes. Do we have to have super nasty, gnarly looking six packs as a bikini competitor? Huh? Not really. They're looking for a look, right? So if you fit the look, great. That's what we're most concerned with. Now, As a men's physique competitor, I do believe you should be training your rectus abdominis. I do believe you should be doing some ab work, right? For a bodybuilder, same thing. You should be doing it. Don't be a lazy dick like me. Train your abs, okay? It's gonna be beneficial for you. At the very least, start training them when you're in prep and you know that you're going to be on stage, okay? Very, very least. But if you're worried about general health, back health, stabilizing the spine, do things like planks, bird dogs. Do simple things that are going to help strengthen that transverse abdominis, support the back, and take some of that strain off of it, the lower back in particular. So hopefully that helps with you guys for abs stuff. Sorry I don't have any sweet abs to show you right now, but I'm still gonna go ahead and use a picture of me from before with abs. No. So that's it. Happy International Women's Day. Have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy your weekend.